Hello, hello, everyone. I want you for a minute to imagine that you are coming from another country with $1,800 in your pocket, no connections, no business leads, not any intention to go to university, and you're just here because you're going, I'm going to start something different, something new, but I don't know anyone. That sounds pretty scary to me, and we're going to hear an awesome story today from ALoN from Israel, who came at around the age of 21 and has started many companies over, started from zero several times, and now has built an incredibly successful company called 90X. He is the CEO and creator of 90X and is an expert in goal setting. And I actually ran into him through some other connections that I have, in these joint ventures that we get to create in business building. And I am a person who loves to do 90-day plans. And someone said, you gotta check out this journal. And I was like, sure, why not? And as I was looking through it, I realized all of the things that are in there are stuff that I love and just kind of free form in my blank journal. And so I ordered one and I'm using it and it's freaking awesome. We're gonna hear all of his story, the story of building his company. We're gonna talk about goals. So let's welcome today on the show, ALoN. So glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate that intro. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, tell us. Okay, I want to know the whole story of how you got here. What made you make that bold decision and just courageously go for it?
Sure. So I moved here about 24 years ago from Israel, from Tel Aviv, after serving 3 years in the Israeli Air Force. I decided I wanted to try something different. Usually after you finish school, in America, people go to more school. In Israel, you don't. You go to the army, whether you like it or not. And I didn't like it. But I did it my 3 years. I served because I don't like rules. I don't like people to tell me what to do, when to do, and how to do it without giving me an explanation. So that's why I never worked for anyone. But when I first got here, I didn't have much opportunity being a foreigner. So my first job, it wasn't an entrepreneur. I picked up trash for $5.25 for 3 hours for 3 years. And then while I was going to school, because I had to maintain my student visa, I didn't complete college, but I had to have something. And then I also was lucky enough to land another job at night cleaning shopping centers. So that was pretty cool for like $10 an hour. And I did that for about 3 years. But fast forward, once I was able to actually work here legally, I started, my first business was actually selling insurance. And then from there, I moved into construction. And then from there, I moved into photography. But every business I started was starting from zero. But I also, because that's when I got here, I just, I did the lowest thing I could do is pick up trash for $5.25. And that's what I did. So it didn't worry me to start from zero. But I'm also a person who takes action and has a bigger vision. And that's the way I was able to create all those companies as well. Fast forward to today, 2017, that's when I actually decided to launch 90X and create the product, because it was an idea. Most of us have an idea and we sit on it and we don't execute. And the idea was there for about 3 years, but I procrastinated, right? I mean, I'm sure it resonates. I procrastinated and I didn't do that. And it cost me a lot of money now that I'm looking back. But anyways, I decided to launch 90X because this is the system that I've been using for myself since I got here. It wasn't in the form of a plan or a book or a sheet, but it was always like, what's my vision? What am I willing to do today to reach my goal? Pretty much the system that we do. And then I was looking for a system. Couldn't find another planner, another minute. Couldn't find anything. And I said, you know what? Eventually I decided to just do my thing and create my product. And I work from worst case scenario. What's the worst thing that can happen if it doesn't work out? And that what gave me the drive to actually go ahead and launch it no matter what, and not worry about the end result, yet worry about the impact that I could create if this does work. And that's it. And here we are today, 2020.
Wow. So you've been in business for 3 years.
I've been in business full time for 14 months.
Okay. Awesome.
Right? Because I had a photography business that I was working as well, that I created as well, started from zero, no leads, no potential. And within 10 months, I was able to grow it to a 6-figure company, a photography business that was thriving for about 8 years. But, as a business owner, you got to decide, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to do this full time? Do you want to do this part time? You got to decide, because you cannot run 2 businesses and be in complete focus 100% on each business. You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't be in 2 relationship and give this attention. You just can't do that. So you gotta pick whichever one you want. And I decided to go with the 90X because I saw the bigger potential, bigger impact it could create. by really helping people through support, guidance, and help reach their goals. Because I didn't have that. I was doing everything I did kind of did it by myself. I learned trial and error. And so finally I decided this was a part-time. We were shipping those from my garage with my kids. And we decided to just, let's just take a leap of faith. Yes, it's a lot of product. It's a lot of debt, but I see the bigger picture. I don't let my current situation dictate my future.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You said so many great things that I want to touch upon. So first, entrepreneurial mindset. So powerful for everyone listening. You reminded me, I don't think I've ever shared this on this podcast, and probably most people don't know this, but I got pregnant at 20 and dropped out of college, and my then husband was in college, and we tried to swap our daughter between classes and do all these things, and he was just super stressed trying to get an engineering degree, and he's like, I can't manage this. So I decided to drop out, and we were poor, just like barely scraping by, taking out max student loans. And I was always very entrepreneurial, and so I looked in the paper and I found an office cleaning job at night. And so I would put my daughter in our little backpack and carry her around and go around and vacuum the offices and dump the trash out. It was probably like $8 an hour, or maybe 10. I don't know. It was really not a lot of money. And it was the only thing that I could figure out to do with a baby and still make money. And so I always had that really entrepreneurial spirit. I was always looking for ways to make money from home. I did network marketing, and, I looked at, it was like, I was a bookkeeper. I mean, on and on and on. It sounds really similar to you.
Exactly.
That spirit of going for it and trying to make something out of what you know and your skill set.
Yeah, you got to. You have to. For me, it was more of a survival, and same for you. It was survival. Like, I did this, or we just go beg, and that's not an option. So, and I don't want to lean on the government and say, no, feed me, give me. Like, that's not my thing. But we kind of figure out what this is the option. This is this worst case scenario. The good thing is we can only go up. So that's what I did. There was a lot of other jobs. I remember having a job for like 2 days because I couldn't do it anymore. Is knocking door to door and selling like coupon books or whatever. I was like, wow, there's no way I'm doing this. But I did what I got to do because I tested it all. But it always led back to the end where I got to work for myself. I got to create my own thing because I don't like what other people are dictating and telling me what to do. And nothing bad about it. People doing their 9 to 5 and happy, great, keep doing it. It's a lot less stressful, that's for sure. But the thing is, I don't want to have anybody to have my future in their hand. Yeah. And that's why I'm in control 100%. We are in control of our thoughts. We are in control of our future. And I want to be in control of my business and what I want my life to look like. Sometimes it's not easy. You know that we're entrepreneurs. It's never easy. However, I just always look to my bigger why and my bigger impact and how I can, how this all will unfold in the end.
Yeah, I love this. So true. So in that entrepreneurial mindset, how would you describe it? What's the entrepreneurial spirit or the entrepreneurial mindset? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even know what entrepreneur means about a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, because I was a business owner. But for me, it was always creating something from nothing. You know, it's really taking that thing. And then when I understood the definition of entrepreneur, because everybody thinks they're an entrepreneur, but really look at yourself. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a CEO? Or are you an employee of the business? Really think about it, because if you're doing tasks that an employee does, then you're not an entrepreneur and you're not the CEO, you're an employee. And that took a while, to understand. And what really helped me grow is when I understood that I'm not going to do those tasks. I'm not going to do those small things thinking I'm a business owner working for myself, or I'm actually doing a task. I coach a lot of people, and I have a membership community that we help and grow their business. And a lot of them do tasks for like $4 an hour after it's all said and done. Yeah. And they think like, oh, I have this business and I'm doing this. I was like, well, let's break it down. And when you really start thinking differently as a CEO, as a six-figure, seven-figure, eight-figure CEO, then you look at things differently. And that's for me is that inspiration. That's for me is that different mindset that we got to look at things,
Yeah, I want to dig there too. I think a lot of people worry that delegation is going to cost them money, but when you're delegating properly,
it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you a lot of money. It's going to cost you a lot of money, 100%. But which money are we talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like you're saying, when I sit down with people and actually have them track, like, what is the dollar per hour activity that you're doing? And could you delegate it out to somebody else who's at 80% of, they're creating at 80% of what you could? Why wouldn't you delegate it out?
100%.
And
most
especially
people
those
don't have that mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think there's no answer, but I mean, it's the worry, because I get it. I've been there. Like, I mean, I was a photographer. I was doing the editing. I was doing the shooting. I was doing the albums. I was doing everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm a photographer. Great. Well, you're not, buddy. You're an employee. And when I started saying, great, I'm just shooting. That's all I'm doing is I'm just shooting and meeting with the clients to book the event. But I'm not doing the editing. I'm not doing the album. I'm not doing anything else. And actually start, then, okay, well, now you're a business owner that's running a business, and not the business is running you, right? Yeah. And for anybody that's listening, from your listeners, that, I want to grow. I want to grow my business. Then really sit down. And what I tell my members always is, write down all the tasks that you're doing right now, all the tasks that you enjoy doing and doing right now, and then do another list for all the tasks that you do right now, but you don't like to do. And start small by hiring, get a virtual assistant, get somebody else to start doing those $20, $30 weekly even pay, if you got to do, to really see the difference, because then it will free out your time to be the visionary and then, grow your business, right? Does it make sense? Yeah. Because that's what we don't do, is like, I don't want to hire and pay somebody. I am happy to pay my employees. I'm really excited about it. I don't have 30 of them, so don't get it wrong. I have a bunch of subs, but in-house, I only have 2 people, plus one virtual that does all the customer support, and then everything else like the Amazon and all the Facebook ads are all subs. Yeah. But it took time to build, but I'm happy to pay because I don't have to focus about it. I don't have to get stressed about it. I can just deal with the visionary and they go execute.
Yeah, let's go really practical for people listening, and I can give some tips too. How would you tell people to delegate? How do they find the people to delegate to?
So that's going back to that list. You create a list of all the tasks that you're doing right now. Create a list of all the tasks that you're doing right now, but you hate doing, that is frustrating you. If you tell me to write emails, it frustrates me. If you tell me to start packing stuff, it frustrates me. If you tell me to, write sales pages, it frustrates me. Yeah. Therefore, I hired somebody to take over that, so I don't have to be frustrated. Yeah, it gets me more excited. Now I have the team to work with. So look at your business. Whatever people businesses are, like, for instance, if you're a photographer, then maybe the editing, maybe it's something that you don't like to do, then do. Maybe it's posting on social media. You don't have to do, find somebody to do that. Start small. You can do locally. You can get a student. You can get a VA. You can get a intern. You can do many, many things. Yeah. But start small, but understand that if you're giving somebody that task to do it, what would you do with that time? If you're going home and flipping channels on the TV, then keep doing that task. But if you're saying, that time gives me that 1 hour for myself, even to go to the gym and work out and really clean myself, it's worth it. Really look at the difference that, okay, I'm doing this and this is going to free out that 1 or 2 or 3 hours, and I'm not frustrated, but I'm going to think about the business, how it could grow, let the people execute. And I think that's where the mindset start shifting. Awesome. But it takes that practice. That's what I would tell my members.
Definitely. I wanted to share with everyone that idea of, at first you make me think of so many different things. One of them is that we all have the same amount of time in a day. And 100%. If you don't delegate, it's going to be really hard for you to ever get to the 7-8 figure mark. You can definitely get to the 6-figure mark solo, but as you start to scale and grow your business, you're going to have to add people. And of course, you want to be aligned with your highest value system and doing what you're best at and what you love doing. And you're going to want to hire people who are best at what they do and love what they're doing. So
and align with your vision too.
Exactly. So I wanted to give people some really practical resources. I found I went to my local university where I taught, and I asked my colleagues, who are some students in classes that you really think are responsible and amazing. And I found an incredible intern who was in the marketing department who had done an internship at PBS, and she does incredible stuff and she loves what she's doing. And then I also hired someone, if those of you listening are looking for people to bring onto your team or upscale your business, Indeed.com, INDEED.com.
Yes, we use that one.
Awesome resource.
I just found Zoe, which is all the content, and we found her over there. We used to use Craigslist, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Indeed, I got 30 applications in one day. and it was amazing. And I have an incredible new team member from there too. So, Danielle and Zach, they kill it. And it's just, so think of those. You can go to get an intern. I know a lot of people that even use unpaid interns, because internships, people are looking for that experience. So it doesn't even have to cost you money. So if you're thinking about delegating, branch out and expand your ideas on what's possible. Another one even is, have you heard of Fiverr?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's an Israeli company, by the way.
Ah, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. So Fiverr, great for making logos, all video stuff, all kinds of stuff. And you can find $5 an hour.
Upwork as well. I mean, there's a lot of sources.
Upwork. So I just want to share those with people in case you don't actually know some of the easy ways to hire VAs, hire assistants. Okay, let's talk about, I want to know, what do you do to overcome fear in your business building adventures?
Great. I mean, yeah, it's a great question. Everybody's scared. I'm scared most of the time, and I have fears. But fear is there to keep us safe. So when fear comes, you understand it's just there to protect you, to keep you safe, but it's not going to help you grow. So if you're okay with that, then that's fine. Then you keep that, you stay with that fear. But when fear comes to me and I feel that in my stomach, I feel it in my gut, I then understand that it's time for me to step out of that box and take the leap of faith and trust the process, because fear is there to keep me safe. It's like, this is our box. We all try to stay there. And when you understand that you step out of the box and it's uncomfortable, because it should be uncomfortable, even if you look at it as small, let's look at this metaphor, going to the gym right now. If you're just used to pick up 20 pounds and now you're picking up 60, that's going to hurt. That's going to be hard, but that's you trying something different, but eventually you're going to get good at it through repetition.
To listen to the full episode, head on over to nfacoaching.com, hit the podcast link, and it'll take you to all of the full episodes. And go ahead and leave some comments. I'd love to hear from you to know how these inspirational interviews, tips, and tools are impacting you in your life and business. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any of the Max Potential Habits episodes.